Hey guys, finally he sleeps here, back again with another market tricks video. This is episode 34 coming into this. That's a lot of episodes of market tricks. And if you were paying attention last week, we went over all of this, what's going on with team of the year, and the values on the Icon 90s have gone through the roof. We've seen all of the values across the board for all of these players that are seeing kind of coming to an end because of the way they've adjusted the market for this. And these in particular peaked around 9 to 10 million last week. And we didn't see them fall very far. So if you see these things as they're coming up, that chart went way up. It's starting to come down now, but it was just like this week to week. And now it's trending up. It's just continuing to trend up. And at the end of the week, I said, okay, I don't know where this is going to go next week. And the plan was to maybe skip a week. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, what's good is the market series if we're skipping a week? So I watched uh, hour by hour over the weekend to see where it would start to slow down. Sunday, it started to bottom out. And then early Monday, the decision was made to buy this stuff back. Anything in my realm of watches that had fallen to 7 mil. And I mentioned this on the website this week. At 7 mil, I was hoping for 5 mil. I was hoping to see them kind of come back down into that 5 million range. Because then you're dealing with this massive 10% sales tax. Remember, if you buy something at 5 million, you have to sell it for 5.6 to just recover the 10% tax on the swap. So at 7 mil, you've got to sell them at 7.7. Actually, sell them at 7.8 to be able to recover just what you've got in them. So, and if this thing continues to plummet, and it just became a very scary scenario this week to go in this and try to sell these. But they did. They recovered. They peaked at 11 mil for the players that I was able to buy for under 7. Remember, that was my cutoff. 7 mil was my cutoff, and I was able to spend about 2 million, 2.25 billion coins on these players to be able to be able to move them, and they did recover. So let's see. We ended last week at 4,478,234,437. So about 4.5 billion, and we've got a lot here to sell. And we'll see where this goes from here, but we'll check back in after everything is gone and see what the final numbers are. It's yeah, 4.4. We've got a ways to go. So just under 4.5 billion. Let's see, where did we end up? This is the remaining stuff. 5,464,654,067. So basically a billion coins. A billion coins this week. And if you look, I have we have one other player, 105 to sell. But and then the rest are all just on the low tier side of things. That is absolutely nuts. Not just because of the wave cycle, but if we look here at the market and you can see this stuff, they're already back down a little bit. They're holding in that 9-10 million range, but like Ito, if we look at that, you see where it peaked around 11, it's down to 10. Is holding that. I got lucky, and I feel like I did find that pocket and it was almost about a day early from where it was the week before. So it's not like you can just set your timer and start selling on this stuff. It is a cycle that definitely runs its course if you're paying attention, that it can fluctuate a day in and a day out, which has been proven over the last couple of weeks. And like right now, if you look at this, there's no purchase orders, it's just sales orders. It's kind of dead at 10 mil here. It'll continue to drop hopefully over the weekend, and I think next week I'll do the same kind of thing, and it'll probably be about 7 million. The only difference right now with these recycling of these players is the changes that they've made to FC Mobile, where they have pretty much gotten rid of packs. And in the gameplay we're seeing in Team of the Year, I just said this recently in a conversation um, with the other content creators in EA, that the problem with the changes, what they've done is they've gotten rid of the shard system and moved towards this new gotcha, just pack opening, just crap with the new draft system. Is there's no longer the ability to target specific players. There's no more packs, it's all drafting, and there's no real kickback in the drafts because it's like a 1% chance that that player is going to be tradable. So you're not recovering coins in the process. You're only recovering more fodder players that really aren't worth anything in the scheme of things. You can't even convert them over to stuff to buy in the market. And now the market is not being flooded with players the way it used to be with the shard system. So we're seeing all these values of these players rise. It's different. And now what they've done is they've taken away your ability to have something to look forward to. You can't target a specific player. And so they've taken away, this is what I said, they've taken away the carrot on the stick that keeps most people motivated to the event, and they replaced it with free tickets to the buffet when you enter the casino, because it's all about gambling right now, which is a weird way and a weird direction for EA to go, considering their history of gambling and the problems it has caused with this franchise. So, yeah, I don't understand it. It's not really making sense. But if you're a market guy, at least you can ride the wave of what's being created by this shift away from the market in one of the most important times of the year, Team of the Year. And with Ultimate Team of the Year coming very soon, we can only hope that this continues in this realm and we see this fluctuation kind of keep up and down. The other big positive with this is a billion coins this week. I made a billion coins. It was much more risk involved, but it was a lot less time. A lot less time. As you can, I mean, you stop and think about it. I'm buying players for 7 million, and I invested about the same amount I would have invested, but in about a third of the time because it was a lot less players. When you're selling players from 7 mil to 10 mil and 11 mil, you're making 4 mil a player, and you don't have as many players invested. It's not as many transactions for the same amount overall. So it, I'm not saying that there's not risk involved. This is a lot riskier than it has been for the last year. But for me, the risk is definitely worth the reward right now. But be prepared. There's going to be a week where this crashes, and you may be out a couple of billion coins if you go in too heavy. Don't overinvest. And remember, if you miss your window and you miss the pocket, selling the same players over and over again, you're going to drive your own profit down and basically be shooting yourself in the foot every time you list players that aren't selling. So just be aware. That's not market manipulation. That's just cause and effect. That's FAFO in real time in FC Mobile. That's it. I hope this information helped. If it did, make sure you subscribe here on the channel so you never miss when any of these market tricks videos goes live. I'm finally he sleeps. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.